Good morning, campers. We're going to do a love reading today because I feel like this collective, you need a love reading. I'm sensing you are quite emotional right now. You're in your water energy. They were showing me water. So you may be water sign, it may be a detail, but more than anything, we embody these elements within us, all of them. It's like you're sitting in your water energy, in your emotions, in your feels, in your heart, and you would be thinking about your person more than you usually do, but also not really. I'm not hearing the conscious thinking, but it's like you feel them more. You feel them a little bit more. And I was also hearing that you are being a little bit resistant. So your spirit team will be trying to push you right now towards a transition, but you're a little bit clammed up. You're a little bit, so there's something that needs to be processed. So let's do a love reading. Let's see where's your person. Maybe that will clarify why are you feeling them a little bit more. Let's see your energy as well, and we're gonna do a little love guidance. So how can you balance? Everything starts to shake right now. Sign. How you can balance your emotions right now. Okay, so let's start from how are you feeling right now? What's going on? To confirm. How is this collective feeling? We have peace, which is good. Peace is nice. Let's do maybe four. There it is. So we have peace, which is good. So you wouldn't be, but that's what I was sensing. I was sensing longing, which we have hunger as well. If you know, this is my card of longing. So I was sensing longing, emotional feelings. So maybe you find yourself, crying a little bit more when you think about your person. I'm seeing someone watching photos as well. I was hearing as well that it may be a detail just for some of you, but they were showing me like a funeral. So maybe someone recently passed away, you attended a funeral. Maybe that also sort of a triggered those emotions of, it's like you want to believe that time doesn't matter, all in divine timing, right? But then you go into thinking, but we do have limited time in this world, right? And it's a difficult thing to really balance on this journey that we try to be. I'm getting emotional right now, so you would be very emotional. Maybe right now even you're like getting teared up. So it's difficult to balance because on one hand, yes, it is true that all in divine timing, that we have, all the time is just an illusion of this world, and on this journey we have to look from a perspective of a soul. But sometimes we do get that thinking that, hold on, but in this lifetime, in these bodies, our time is limited, right? We have protection. I'm hearing divinely protected with this one. So maybe your spirit team is watching over you. Maybe some past loved ones as well. Maybe you have a very strong connection to a specific soul or an ancestor that you feel like you're protected. And space. So there is something that we need to get you back into alignment. We need to get back into emotional balance, but I wouldn't be very concerned because peace being your first card, it's not like you're obsessing, it's not like you're going completely crazy, completely delulu like we do in the beginning of this journey when we are in longing, right? It's more like you trying to make sense of it, but there's still emotions within you that are just a little bit out of control. Let's do another row. Peace. And we're gonna do some tarot to really see what's going on in your energy. Surrender. You're trying to surrender, but to be honest, that's what I was hearing, that they're trying to get you to surrender. Maybe you're also an earth sign, right? I'm sensing those Virgo sort of a vibe, very logical, very sometimes resistant to surrender, sometimes resistant to things that are not tangible. Sweetness. That's on top of that protection. So maybe there is someone specific that you have very, loving, caring, whether that's your spirit guide whether that's an ancestor that you connect to or actually past loved one, that you feel like you're protected. It's like you would, specifically right now I'm hearing, you would literally feel there would be someone maybe that you pray to, and it can be anyone, it can be source even, right? But whoever you pray to, it fills you with that feeling of just kindness and sweetness and compassion and protection. Anxiety. So there is a little anxiety. I don't feel it's unmanageable. I don't feel this collective you are. I'm hearing you are past beyond the point where you would actually feel the temptation to reach out to your person. You know, like on this journey, in the beginning, all we do is hover around their phone. We are in such longing, in such pain, physical pain, soul pain. Whoever did not go through this journey would never comprehend. It's madness. It's madness. You cannot function, right? But then it gets easier as we heal, as we, heal our wounds, as we start our shadow work and we start to walk this path more consciously. Yes, we go in and out. Yes, we go into longing as well. Yes, we have moments of weakness, right? But it gets better and better. But there's a moment we actually step into the frequency of the divine feminine and full understanding of what this journey is about. It doesn't mean we're completely healed. It doesn't mean the journey is over. But we now fully embody the understanding of what this journey is about, that we are here to teach each other something. And this is this moment when you are, not in a million years would I reach out to this man, despite the fact he's the other half of my soul. I love him every day. I think about him every second of my life. My heart is always connected to his heart. Not in a million years would I reach out. Why? Because just like they teach us how to be divine feminine, through ghosting, through rejection, through pushing us away so we can choose ourselves, then we have to return the favor and teach them how to be divine masculine. Divine masculine is the one that reaches out. It's the one that calls you. It's the one that pursues you. It's the one that knocks on your door. No, I will not take no for an answer. And as long as you reach out, you will not teach your beautiful divine counterpart that. So I feel like you are past that moment. I don't think like you would reach out under any circumstance. That's what I'm hearing. So don't make this fit, okay? Don't make this fit. But I feel like this is exactly why you're taking your time and you're taking your space, because you are in longing, because you are, maybe you're looking at this person's photo as well, I'm hearing. Cleanse. That's on top of that hunger, that longing. So they would be trying maybe to remove something within you. Everything happens for a reason. Every emotion that we face, it comes to teach us something. Your masculine will never be able to reach out and return for union for as long as you are in any kind of longing, right? And I talk about this a lot, and I've explained this in detail in my Divine Feminine Masterclass, that if you are a true twinny, if you are on a journey, I recommend you watch that. It's on my YouTube, link is in my bio. There's a playlist, Divine Feminine Masterclass. But what I mean right now, so it's sometimes difficult for the feminines to understand longing, attachment. When we release, how does it really look like, right? So there's a specific episode when I explained this, but releasing the longing and releasing the attachment doesn't mean that you don't think about this person. I mentioned this many times. One of the indications of you actually being on an actual twin flame journey is that from the moment of activation, this person energetically does not leave your side, which means that 24/7, not a second of exception, you feel them with you, as if they were with you in the room. You feel their energy, right? So that will never go away. even if you are already healed, even if you're already following your mission, even if you hit your highest, most abundant timeline, but you're still in separation because, divine timing, things have to happen in the rooms that we're not at, right? You're completely where you need to be, like in your garden. I always explain this. You will always feel your masculine in your energy. Always, every second, you will always feel him in your heart. You will always think about him, and you will always miss him. Always. But the difference is that that feeling stops to be overwhelming. It's like you feel him in your heart, right? It's like, you're always with me anyway. Your higher self, your spirit, we're always together. You're not here in the physical, so I miss you. I feel you in my heart. Would I love to touch you? Yes. Would I love to hug you? Yes. Would I love to be with you? Yes. Will I reach out to you? Never. Because it has to be your choice. It's the free will of love, and it's also the ultimate unconditional love of the divine feminine, because the distorted masculine is obsessed with being controlled, with being manipulated, right? So divine feminine, how we show this ultimately this unconditional love. I want nothing from you, sir. For as long as you willingly, consciously want to give it to me, I will never ask for anything. Okay? So remember that where we want to get you is not so you don't think about him, not so you don't, but we want to get you in a place when it's not overwhelming you, when it's not causing anxiety, when it's not causing you have to stay home alone and cry, when it's not causing you looking at his photo, oh my God, my love. No, you're here, you're with me. We're always together. We're one soul, one consciousness, one chakra system. All right. Let's properly tap into your energy, see what's going on. Yes, hold on, let me put that away. I actually want to do a couple of these for you. I don't know why I'm guided. I was guided to use a couple of oracles that I haven't used in a while. Let's do like maybe 4. Stay optimistic about your love life. Yes. Yes. Okay. All right. Let's see what we have. We have stay optimistic about your love life. That's exactly what Spirit wants you to do. Positive thinking and faith will bring you your romance. So as you think about your masculine, as you long for him, even when you watch his photos, don't be like, oh my God, where are you? I miss you so much. Be like, my love, I hope you're well. I hope you're doing what you're supposed to do. I hope you're clearing karma for both of us, just like I am healing the soul for both of us. I miss you. I will see you soon, okay? We have finances and career. I was hearing 2 things with this. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. I was hearing 2 things with this. 1, focus on your career, focus on your mission, whatever is your path. You know how I always explain this, the triangle of divine union. If you haven't heard me talk about this, you can go to my website. There's a section, divine love, and down there you have it all explained. How does it work? So focus on the divine, focus on your mission, focus on your career. That will help you. But what I was also hearing is that sometimes we don't understand, true masculine is a protector and a provider. And I explained this many times. It's funny, I've actually done a video this Monday as we were doing Masculine Monday about what does it really mean. So it doesn't mean that he has to have tons of money, but he has to step into his true masculine confidence. I am the problem solver in this physical life. I am the provider. I am the protector of my feminine, right? So as long as he feels comfortable in his life, he's not going to be able to step into divine masculine. And our poor divine masculines, just as we go for the purging of the soul, for past life healing and the madness of this journey, they go through karma, right? They go through clearing karma in the physical world, because the physical world is their dominion. So as it happens, they oftentimes, as we are hit with multiple dark nights of the soul and the pain of the soul and the remembrance of past lifetimes and the trauma and the deaths and the tragedies, they are hit with physical towers oftentimes with money issues, with finances, with job issues. Why? Because they are meant, the mission of the masculine is to rebuild the physical world, rebuild this damn matrix. In order to do that, they need to understand what's wrong with it. They need to reinvent their understanding of money, of finances. I'm guided to tell you, just in case you're masculine watching, if you're struggling with that as well, Brian Scott has some amazing meditations. I will put some on screen, my favorite ones, to reinvent your idea of, maybe you have to do it as well, to sort of transfer that energy to him through red threads, to finances. The limiting beliefs, the fact that if you weren't born wealthy, you cannot be wealthy. It's nonsense, right? It's what they want us to think, the system. Again, so as long as you're masculine, I'm not saying he has to have like tons of money, but as long as you're masculine, he himself feels as a masculine that is stable, that is secure, that can provide for you, right? It will not make sense. The union will not be able, you will not be able to hold the union, because it's not about money, it's not about finances. I hope you understand what I'm saying. It's about him understanding that I got this, I got you, baby. What do I always say to you? True divine masculine, it's not about, sorry, deviation, but it's needed. It's not about a man who has super secure job and a lot of income and a lot of money. It's about a man who, in every situation, even if you find yourself on a desert island where money has no value, he will be like, I got you, baby. Okay, don't worry. You do your spiritual thing and I will be out there, managing your physical world. But in order to do that, he has to feel comfortable. He has to feel confident. He has to be, I'm the man. I will always protect and provide for my women. And as long as he doesn't enter that mindset, we will see where he is in the moment. It's not going to happen. So allow things that have to happen in a room that you're not at to happen, okay? We have, it is safe for you to love, open your heart and give and receive the highest energy of all. I'm hearing a lot of things with these cards, so I'm sorry if I'm deviating, but perhaps it's needed. Maybe you still feel a little bit of fear. Think about this, because sometimes we find ourselves on this journey. It's like we long for a masculine, we dream for him to call us and to send us a message, but in reality, if he would, the moment he would, we would not feel safe. We would still feel, what if he's going to ghost? What if he's going to disappear? What if he's going to da-da-da, right? This is why union can only happen when you are truly in your divine feminine. And I've explained this so many times. You have to really be in this place that if he reaches out, you will welcome him with love, always, with love, with kindness. Obviously slow and steady, because we haven't spoke to each other, sir, so we ain't gonna go from 0 to 100. I have to see what's your energy. But if it happens that he does ghost again, he does disappear, true divine feminine doesn't go back to she's just like, it's okay, I get it, baby, I get it, I understand. If you need more time, it's okay. It's normal that you're going to have emotion, but you will know how to handle it. So maybe they're also preparing you for these things. And we have religious factors, so it may be a detail for you. Maybe there are some religious factors. Maybe you are of different faith. Maybe it's something that you discussed in the past. Maybe he comes from a very religious family. I'm also hearing that maybe you already started posting certain things on and content on I don't know, I just heard YouTube, but it may be just in general social media, and maybe there's a bit of a fear in the beginning when they start to watch us. They might go crazy, like, what the hell is going on? All right, let's now tap into your energy. What's going on with this collective? Where are we on this beautiful journey? Sun, which is nice. However, the first thing that I heard with this one is masculine energy. That you are still in your masculine energy. I'm hearing a struggle. So perhaps there's a reason I've done this long deviation, right? So maybe you are in your masculine energy in a sense that you still feel the need that you could fix certain things, that you could fix him, that you could fix certain issues that he's struggling with, that you could help him on his healing journey, that maybe you should reach out, maybe he's not doing so well. Masculine. Masculine. You know what I always say about the dynamics of the feminine and the masculine? The masculine is our protector and provider in the physical realm. The feminine, we are their protectors and providers in the spirit realm. Through our soul work, through the work of our mission, through self-improvement, through everything that you do, whatever is it that you do, meditations, whatever spiritual work you do, we provide protection to him always. We provide protection to them always. We provide the insight, the inspiration through red threads. We don't have to be together. This is how this powerful this connection is. There's nothing, absolutely nothing you have to give to your masculine. And here's the thing, how the feminine works in the physical world. Whatever he will give to you in the physical, through the feminine energy, you will multiply it times 10 and give him back in the physical. So if he gives you love, you will return that love 10 times tenfold. If he gives you, it's like this classic example, like he brings food, you give him a meal, right? And it's exactly that. But we are the receiver. Again, in a physical world, we are the stillness. We don't reach out giving anything. Obviously, when you are in union in an actual relationship, it's different, right? You are allowed to, have a beautiful, loving gesture towards your partner first, right? Without waiting every time. But you know what I mean? You never give more. It's this reciprocity. It's just two cups that are floating. Maybe there's a ace of inspiration. Maybe there's a reason I mentioned meditation. Maybe you have found yourself meditating a lot, or maybe that's your guidance that you should meditate a little more. I'm also being shown solar plexus, which can be, if there's an issue around your solar plexus, it can be around abandonment. Usually the shadow of codependency lives in your solar plexus. With this ace of inspiration, I am hearing that wanting to reach out. I feel like you're fighting with it. I feel like you would be fighting with it. It's like maybe because you're emotional, maybe certain things that awaken some emotions within you. You started to obsess that maybe he hasn't reached out for quite a while. So you started to worry maybe there's something wrong and this and that. And you're like, how about I just reach out and check? Don't. Okay. There it is. There it is. The devil. Shadow. Let's do one more for your first row. 10 of materials. I'm hearing two things with these. I go back to what I said before, remember? Maybe for some of you, you either had to say goodbye in the physical realm to one of your family members, so maybe someone passed away, or someone is struggling with health, which made you a little bit more, conscious of the fact that this life has an expiry date. But I'm also hearing eagerness to that highest, most abundant timeline. Remember, we create through the energy of the soul. We create. This is what many people don't understand. The fact that we receive, okay, it doesn't mean that we sit and do nothing. Distorted men, when they hear that, this is what they think: a gold digger. She wants to sit and do nothing. No, how the divine feminine attracts her highest, most abundant timeline is through soul work. Is through prayer, through meditation, through sacrifice. This is why people don't understand that people separate the spirit part of our existence and they stay on a shallow level of physicality. If something is not tangible, if you're not actually doing something, right? The other day, it's coming to my mind for a reason. I went to the post office and there were those two ladies behind me in line, and they were talking about, one was like saying like, oh, I went for holidays. She's like, oh, you were resting at the beach. I was like, no, I don't like it. I have to be like in move. And the other one was, hey, yeah, that's good. We're not supposed to be just like laying around. Why not? This is one of the biggest blockages of our sacral as well. Not to know how to receive, not to know how to relax, how to really relax in the moment, in the massage, how to spend a week without doing absolutely nothing. Okay? I am right now on, if you watch me, you would notice I'm on my 2 weeks water fast, 14 days water fast. Yes, I do some readings. I've limited the amount of appointments. But other than that, obviously I don't cook. I don't clean. I don't do many things around the house because I don't have the energy for it. All I do is meditate and contemplate and do spiritual work. And through that, I promise you, I will achieve more in those 2 weeks than the weeks that I was like, boom, 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 trying hard. Because that's the feminine. We create the vibration. We build the energetic, spiritual environment. We raise our vibration. I just got chills. As we raise our vibration through red threads, we help our masculine to raise vibration. We create the ripple effect. We are the beginning of the chain reaction to raise the vibration and inspire people around us. As long as you think it's nothing, it may be something for this collective. Maybe you don't appreciate these things truly. This is why we had that card. What was it? Remember? What was it? Where we talked about safe for you to love, and we talked about this. Is it safe for you to love, to be loved, to receive? Do you really trust that he's going to be that masculine and that you're going to be equals, despite the fact that you're not going to be doing same in the physical? But all the spiritual work you do for him as well. All the healing, all the soul healing that we do for them. So they don't have to do it. Just like they clear the gunk of the karma. Why? Because they're better at this. As we split into two and we say, okay, I'm going to be the feminine, you're going to be the masculine. It's division of tasks. It's not like someone is here superior or inferior. It is our job to connect to the divine, to connect to spirit, to connect to our path, to connect to our mission, to raise the physical existence to the level of the heart so it has meaning. So don't try to push it. Do your part. The sun. Always ask death, transformation. They really, where's all this hair coming from, for crying out loud? Death and transformation. I was looking at this moth as well. Maybe this is your sign. Maybe you're gonna see a moth. If you do, make sure you save this video and come back and let me know. But I'm hearing that you may see a moth or a dead moth maybe as you leave your apartment. That's what they're showing me, very specific, so it may just apply to some of you. But there is some sort of a transformation. You're not yet fully. Listen, when we heal, we have to heal our feminine and we have to heal our masculine. We usually start from our feminine because this is our fields, this is the depths, right? But then as they're both healed, we teach them to interact with each other, right? Internally as well, the triangle that I told you about. And when they're ready, we reach inner union. And this is where we're ready to step into our ruling energy. So either that's feminine or the masculine, right? So I'm feeling right now like you still are a little bit in your masculine and they wanting you to really fully transform, like to really transition. The feminine surrenders, the feminine trusts, the feminine knows that this life is not for me to manage. I'm not the ruler of the physical world, it's my masculine. So why would I push, insist, and tell him what to do? I trust my God, I trust my Lord. I trust my king. When the time is right, he will know and he will return. Do you know what I mean? Ace of Inspiration. The Fool. That is nice.